So you want that feeling of powering on your PC from anywhere with just one click on your phone, right? But which of the two main ways should you actually use? The smart plug method or the Wake on LAN method? Today we're settling the debate. I'm going to show you how to set up both so you can decide which one is the absolute best for your setup. All right, let's start with what I like to call the brute force method, but honestly, it's probably the most reliable. A lot of people don't know this, but most motherboards have a hidden feature buried in the BIOS called something like power on with AC attach. It's usually off by default. So for my laptop here, I'm just going to boot it up, mash F1 to get into the BIOS, and then dig into the settings. Config, power, and there it is. Just flip that to enabled. Now you just pair that with a smart plug. I'm using a Bluetooth mesh one here. Get it added into Home Assistant, and just like that, you now have a way to power on your PC with a single tap from literally anywhere in the world. So check this out. Right now, the smart plug is off, so the PC has no power. But if I just tap this one button in Home Assistant, one click, and it's powering on. Simple as that. Okay, now for the more tricky solution, Wake on LAN. First, back to the BIOS. You're looking for an option called Wake on LAN, and you'll want to enable it. After that, you'll have to boot into your OS and mess with the network card settings. You're going to find a Power Management tab and just check all those boxes. Then under Advanced, you'll probably see a bunch of Wake-related options. Now, you could enable all of them, but on this particular machine, I found that I only needed to enable Wake from power off state. So it's worth playing around with to see what works for you. Next up, we need the MAC address of your network card. On Windows, the easiest way is just to click Start, go to Settings, then Network, find your Ethernet connection, and dig through the properties until you see Physical Address MAC. Just copy that string of numbers and letters. And finally, the easy part. Jump into Home Assistant, add a new integration, and search for Wake on LAN. It's going to ask for that MAC address you just copied, and you might need to enter a broadcast address and port. And just like that, you've got a new Power On button. As you can see, the second I press this, the PC fires right up. Now there's let's call it a creative use case for this. If you have a kid who loves their screen time a little too much, you can combine this remote power on with that remote shutdown method I showed in the video linked up above. Lock up the smart plug. Just imagine them in the middle of a competitive online game, right when they're about to win, and poof, you remotely hit the kill switch. Of course, an action like that might lead to some strong disagreements, like a keyboard meeting a wall. So consider this my official disclaimer. This is not parenting advice. Proceed at your own risk.